Hello my friends. I'm going to take my glasses off because I always get an awful glare on this screen in this kind of light, so I'm going to take the glasses off. Last month I shared a little account of about how Jehovah provided £100 for Kate and I just at exactly the time that we needed it. And I was thinking I'd share a similar experience with you this month. Kate and I were still living in the little border town here in Ireland of Castledurg. We were living in the home that I told you about last time. 2 rooms over shops, well, over a shop and over an office. Just two bedrooms with no water, but an awful shared bathroom in the same building, which was actually bomb damaged and just patched up on the first 2 floors really. We had a great dependency upon our car there, which was an old car. It's about 20 years old, an A35 for those of you who know what one of those was like. And it was a very reliable car, but if obviously it was getting old, things would go wrong at times. And we were special pioneers, and our only source of income then was the special pioneer allowance. We weren't encouraged to do other things to earn money at that time. And so really it was like living from hand to mouth, month by month. And something went wrong with the car, and I can't even recall exactly what it was. But the very friendly garage just around the corner told me that it was going to cost me £13 for the parts. And they would kindly show me how to repair my car. They were very good to us. They kind of understood that we didn't have much. So I asked them to just hold on, and Kate and I thought about it and prayed about it, and we just about could rustle up £13. The thing is, we needed the car. We were 12 miles from the Kingdom Hall. We were separate from the congregation. We had our own territory in a separate town, but we went into the congregation meetings on Sundays and Thursdays. We were assigned our territory, but also our assignment was within the congregation. And in that 12-mile journey, there was buses, but not at meeting times. There was no way we could have got to the meetings on Sundays or Thursday nights on a bus. Also, it was a time when some of the studies were starting to come to meetings, and we were sometimes we were often picking them up, either from a village along the border, or some folk we were picking up from Newton Stewart, another town which was 10 miles in the other direction from the Kingdom Hall. So that meant 10 miles there, then into the Kingdom Hall, and then drop them off and back. And it was a round trip of probably about 45 miles that we were making then. Couldn't do that without a car. So we gathered our £13 together, which was really food money, and we thought about it. We thought, well, Jehovah promises is if we put the kingdom first, He'll provide for us. And if we're going to put the kingdom first by getting to the meetings, by helping others to get to the meetings, by continuing to get to our studies, we're going to need the car. So we'll spend the £13 on the car. That's our problem. And according to Matthew 6:33, feeding us is Jehovah's problem. We knew of the accounts in the Bible of Jehovah providing manna for the Israelites in the wilderness, providing Elijah with food by means of the ravens in the Torrent Valley when he was in a land that was famine stricken. And also we knew that Jesus could feed thousands with just a few loaves and a few fishes. But we also knew that this wasn't the time for Jehovah performing those kind of miracles. Ravens weren't going to bring us food. Nobody was going to provide for us from a month's food from a handful of loaves and fishes. And we weren't really sure how we were going to live. But rightly or wrongly, we thought, well, we'll act in faith and trust in Jehovah to provide. So we went to the garage and asked them to order the parts and paid up for those. And we just wondered how we would get on. Well, we got the car fixed. It was back on the road, but we had literally run out of money for food. There was a few things in the cupboard, and when they ran out, we'd have nothing. Now, there's only been one time when this happened in 30 years. It did happen once more recently than that, but this was the only time in 30 years of our pioneering that this happened. We went out in the ministry, and when we came home, sitting on our, well, not a doorstep, we didn't have a doorstep, but sitting at the door to one of our rooms was a box, a cardboard box full of groceries. There was tea, and there was milk, and there was sugar, and there was vegetables, and there was eggs, all the things that perhaps most housewives would buy with their week's shopping were in that box. The point is that nobody knew our financial situation. The folk in the garage didn't know we'd spent our food money, and although they were very nice people, they weren't going to suddenly buy us a box of groceries. They didn't know our circumstances. There was a very nice lady just down the road, a good neighbour to us under call, who often gave us eggs because her daughter had a poultry farm, and she got eggs from her, and she often passed some eggs to us, and if she was baking, she'd sometimes pass us some of her lovely homemade baking. But she didn't know our circumstance. The nearest brothers were 12 miles away, and we didn't tell any of them of our situation because they were all as hard up as we were. Unemployment was a big thing in the area. The economy was running very low. The troubles were at their height, and really nobody had much in Northern Ireland among the brothers and sisters at that time. So we weren't going to worry them with our worries. We just prayed to Jehovah and left it. And so we came home, and there was a box of groceries sitting there. And that box of groceries was enough. I can't remember how long it was. I know it wasn't a week. It was longer than that. I don't know whether it was a fortnight. I can't remember. But that box of groceries, used sparingly and sensibly by my wife, who is a wonderful cook, Kate makes the best of whatever we've got and produces good dishes. That food lasted us until the 19th of the month, when our special pioneer allowance, reimbursement is called now I believe, but back then it was called the allowance, arrived in our bank account, which gave us enough to survive until the next month. Now, some may again dismiss this as coincidence, but to me it seems like a remarkable coincidence that only once in 30 years did we need a box of groceries. Nobody knew we needed it, and we got it that very time. And I'm sure that many of you have similar experiences where at different times, whether you were pioneering or bringing up a family, or you lost your job, or whatever the circumstances were, where you weren't sure how Jehovah was going to provide, but you continued to put the kingdom first. And then you saw Jehovah's hand in things. Isn't it good? And isn't it nice to share those experiences with each other and encourage one another? I can't think of one time when we've needed anything that Jehovah hasn't provided it. Sometimes we might have thought we needed something and then found out we didn't. Other times we perhaps didn't know we needed something and we received it and then we found out where we needed it. But Matthew 6 verse 33 says very clearly, doesn't it, that if we keep seeking first the kingdom and Jehovah's righteousness, he will definitely provide for us. And my dear friends, how much confidence we can all have in that promise, both now, in the Great Tribulation, and into the new world beyond. It's very nice to share that with you. Appreciate you listening to my videos and being patient while I tell a story that rambles a bit. Kate and I would like to send you all our love, and we hope that life is good for you. Even if you have problems and troubles along the way, we hope it's good. Life is good, it's precious, and we enjoy it, don't we? Serving Jehovah. Bye for now. Bye-bye.